This video is entitled Nevis Trust, the lawsuit shield lawyers hate. And in the next few minutes, you're going to see how the right Nevis Trust can turn a life-ruining lawsuit into a negotiation you actually control. Now, if you're in the US, you own a business, real estate, or investments, you already know we live in the most lawsuit-happy country on earth. One bad accident, one employee dispute, one angry investor, and suddenly your bank accounts, your rentals, your brokerage accounts are all on the table. So here's the core value in the first 20 seconds. A properly structured Nevis Trust is designed so that even if somebody wins a lawsuit against you in a US court, actually getting their hands on your assets becomes so hard, so expensive, and so stacked in your favor that most predators either walk away or settle on your terms. That's the big idea. Not magic, not hiding, just brutal shift in leverage.
And under 60 seconds, I'm going to walk you through a real world style example of how someone staring down a 7-figure claim used this very structure to keep their wealth intact, while the other side burned time and money.
Now, quickly, so you know who's talking to you, I'm the CEO of the Lawyers Limited Law Firm and Asset Protection Planners. I've been in the asset protection field for 34 years, and I've been setting up offshore trusts, especially in the Cook Islands and Nevis, for nearly 30 years. In fact, our organization has set up more Cook Islands trusts and more Nevis LLCs than any firm in the world. So when I talk about Nevis, I'm comparing it to what many consider the global gold standard. So this episode is your private briefing on Nevis Trust, what they are, how they work, who they're for, and how we combine them with LLCs and other offshore tools to build serious lawsuit shields. So if you like high value, no nonsense content on protecting what you've built, feel free to hit subscribe now so you don't miss the next deep dive. No hype, just real strategies for people with something to lose. So what's a Nevis Trust in plain English? Nevis is a small Caribbean island, beautiful beaches, very big laws when it comes to asset protection. A Nevis Trust is a legal arrangement formed under Nevis law where you're the settlor, the one who sets up the trust and funds it. You and your family are the beneficiaries. A licensed, regulated trustee in Nevis manages the trust according to the rules that you set out. So here's the simple way to think about it. A Nevis Trust moves the legal home field advantage for selected assets out of the U.S. court system and into a jurisdiction that was intentionally designed to be hostile to predators and friendly to legitimate asset protection. And by the way, if you live in another jurisdiction like Australia, Canada, UK, we can help you too. So 3 features matter most here. First, U.S. judgments are not automatically enforceable there. If somebody sues you in, say, California and gets a judgment, that doesn't march into Nevis and start freezing accounts. In practice, the creditor has to start over in Nevis, under Nevis law. Second, the hurdles are extremely high. They need Nevis counsel. They may have to post a significant bond of up to $100,000 to even bring a case, and they face tight time limits through standards of proof. That's a lot of risk and expense for a maybe. Third, time is usually on your side. Nevis law is designed to strongly protect good faith planning that happened before there was a clear, specific creditor breathing down your neck. Translation, the sooner you act, the stronger you usually are. So in a minute, I'll show you how these features turned a you might lose everything situation into a we kept the portfolio and settled on reasonable terms. But before that, we need to talk about control because that's where most people either hesitate or make mistakes. Now, most successful people live by one rule: if I don't control it, I don't trust it. And that's understandable. You've spent decades building your business, real estate, investments. Handing that to a stranger offshore feels wrong. The reality, however, is when it's structured correctly, you don't have to choose between practical control and strong protection. With our Cook Islands clients and Nevis clients, we typically set up, for example, a Cook Islands trust. We put a Cook Islands LLC into it, owned by that trust. And when the waters are calm, you act as the manager of the LLC. You sign for the bank accounts, move the money, and control the investments within the guardrails of the trust. Now, when legal trouble hits, our licensed bonded trustee company law firm steps in, you step back, and the structure shifts into defense mode. We use the same philosophy with Nevis. The Nevis Trust is formed under Nevis law. The Nevis Trust owns a Nevis LLC, and when life is calm, you serve as the manager of that LLC and have day-to-day control. When a serious lawsuit appears, the trustee has the power to remove you as manager, either step in directly or appoint a replacement manager outside U.S. court reach. So in normal times, it feels familiar. You log in, you see your bank balances, move capital, make investments, sign as manager. Legally, though, those assets are sitting inside an offshore LLC owned by an offshore trust under offshore law. So in a few minutes, I'll show you exactly what happens when a U.S. judge says, bring the money back or else. But first, let's look at a real world style example so you can see what this means in practice. Okay, case study, the $8 million investment and the nuclear claim. So let's take a composite client based on several real situations with our clients. We'll call him David. He's in his 50s, roughly $8 million net worth, a real estate portfolio, a successful operating company, solid liquid investments. He's not a billionaire, but he's disciplined. Upper seven-figure guy who's done the grind for 25 years. Now, David believed in insurance and basic LLCs. Then one of his properties became the center of a serious injury claim. Multiple lawyers got involved. The demand letter started talking about damages far beyond his insurance policy limits. So when he came to us, the lawsuit, we established a Nevis Trust represented by this purple box with David and his family as beneficiaries. That trust formed a Nevis LLC, this offshore LLC here, and we moved his non-retirement investment accounts into accounts titled in the name of that Nevis LLC. For the U.S. real estate, we used equity stripping. So we recorded liens against each of his properties, payable initially to the Nevis LLC that's inside the trust. And then we got third-party lenders involved to pull out the proceeds and put the proceeds, the cash proceeds, into his offshore trust. And also special purpose entities like land trusts and LLCs. So the true equity was secured in favor of an entity tied into the offshore structure rather than just sitting there as free equity for a plaintiff. Fast forward, the lawsuit gets filed. In discovery, the plaintiff's attorney looked at David's world. On paper, his properties are heavily encumbered with recorded liens. The big brokerage account is no longer in his personal name. The ownership trail runs into a Nevis LLC owned by a Nevis Trust, controlled by our offshore trustee company law firm. Could they chase this in Nevis? Yes, they could in theory, but now they're facing new litigation in Nevis under unfamiliar law. The need to put serious money up front, at risk, short windows, steep burdens of proof, it stops looking like an easy payday. So what actually happened? After posturing and discovery, the case settled within policy limits and an additional amount that hurt but didn't cripple. So David didn't lose his portfolio. He didn't lose his business. His life changed, but it didn't collapse. So that's the power of changing the battlefield.
Now let's address the question that everybody asks next. Bring the money back or you go to jail. This is the nightmare scenario that people imagine. A U.S. judge glaring down saying to you, I order you to repatriate every dollar in that offshore trust. Can that happen?
Well, judges can certainly issue orders. The real issue is what do you legally control and what is legally beyond your control. If you keep all of the strings in your own hands, if you personally own the LLC, personally control the bank accounts, and the trustee is just there for show, then yes, a judge can say, you can move money, so do it or I'll hold you in contempt. That's bad planning. In a properly structured Nevis Trust with a Nevis LLC inside of it, the trust is the legal owner. The offshore trustee is the ultimate authority over the trust. So you act as manager only while the trust allows and the waters are calm. When a serious threat arises, control can shift away from you. So if a U.S. judge orders you to personally bring back the assets, you do not legally control, and your U.S. counsel can truthfully say, Your Honor, I don't have that authority. The trustee in Nevis does, and that trustee is governed by Nevis law. Nevis, like the Cook Islands, has laws saying that its trustees are not required to obey foreign court orders that conflict with Nevis law or the trust terms. The trustee's duty is to the trust and its beneficiaries, not to some outside court trying to tear it apart. And that's exactly what you don't want, a cut and paste DIY offshore plan. You want a plan designed by people who do this every day and know how to separate control and ownership in a way that courts and trustees can actually defend. And this is what we do for people all over the nation and all over the world. So in a minute, I'll give you a practical checklist to see if a Nevis Trust belongs in your planning. But first, we have to talk about timing. Anytime you move assets into a trust, you bump into the concept of fraudulent transfer. Now, it sounds criminal, but most of the time it is a civil law issue. It just simply means moving your assets with the intent to hinder, delay, or keep money away from creditors. So every serious jurisdiction, including Nevis, has laws about this. Rule of thumb: the earlier you plan before specific lawsuits, before guarantees go bad, the stronger your position. The later you plan, after the accident, after the deal blows up, the more legal friction and scrutiny you face. Nevis law is generally built to protect good faith planning, especially if it's done before there's a clear, specific attack on the horizon. But Nevis is one of the few jurisdictions you can set it up after you've been served with a lawsuit. Not many jurisdictions can say that. Once you're clearly in the crosshairs, you may still have options, like I say, but the slope gets steeper and the cost gets higher. So if you're a business owner or investor with 7 or 8 figures of net worth, and you already know your industry is a magnet for lawsuits, this is your polite nudge. You don't wait for your building to catch fire before you buy insurance. Asset protection is the same. The calm periods are when you quietly build the legal safe room. Okay, now let's compare the options. You've probably heard about domestic asset protection trusts in certain U.S. states, Nevis Trust, Cook Islands Trust, Belize Trust. Domestic asset protection trusts, places like Nevada or Delaware, can help against some future creditors, but they all sit under the U.S. legal system. Out-of-state judges and federal bankruptcy courts have poked holes in them. They do it left and right when they really want to reach the assets. Now, Nevis is its own country, with its own court system and laws designed to favor trusts and beneficiaries over outside creditors. A U.S. judgment is just a piece of paper there. Creditors have to start over, spend money, and accept a much higher risk of losing. The Cook Islands and the South Pacific is famous for some of the toughest, most creditor-unfriendly asset protection laws on the planet. That's why our organization has set up more Cook Islands trusts than any firm in the world, and why we've used that jurisdiction for nearly 30 years. So where does Nevis fit in? Think of Nevis as the elite offshore jurisdiction that follows the same basic philosophy as the Cook Islands. Short windows to challenge transfers, high proof standards for creditors, and real financial barriers to even bringing a case in the first place. For some clients, we recommend a Cook Islands trust as the primary structure and use Nevis companies or companion trusts as an additional layer. For others, Nevis itself is the main trust jurisdiction, especially where it fits well within their asset mix and planning goals. So the point is this: offshore is usually far stronger than purely domestic tools in almost every case when you care about surviving a serious high-dollar lawsuit. So the choice between Nevis and the Cook Islands is something to work out with an experienced planner who actually understands both, and we've set up trusts in both jurisdictions, in fact, many of them. So here's a quick checklist. A Nevis trust might belong on your radar if your net worth is at least in the low 7 figures. If you own a business, medical practice, or professional firm that could realistically be sued. Another case is when you're already in a lawsuit. Cook Islands might pause and consider if they want to take you on if you're already in a lawsuit, as long as it's not an ethics issue or combating a government agency. Nevis doesn't really care. You own rental or commercial real estate. You've seen colleagues dragged through ugly lawsuits. People in your world assume that you have deep pockets. You don't have to be in serious trouble right now to justify this level of planning. In fact, the best time to do it is when things feel boring and stable. Picture a married couple in their 40s. She's a surgeon. He runs a construction company. Their net worth is hovering around $5 million. They've done well. They've seen enough horror stories among colleagues to know that they're targets. For them, a Nevis Trust plus a Nevis LLC combined with a clean domestic structure can turn "we could lose everything" into "we might go through hell, but our core wealth survives." So if you're thinking that sounds like my world, that's usually the signal to at least get a professional opinion. And if you want to explore this for yourself, you can visit us at assetprotectionplanners.com and request a confidential strategy session. If you're serious and not just curious and you have at least $500,000 or more to protect. It's a conversation about your assets, your risk, and whether tools like a Nevis Trust or a Cook Islands Trust or a combination actually fit your own situation, not a hard sell call. Okay, so here's what it looks like to put this in place with a professional team. Step 1, discovery and design. We go through your balance sheet, cash flow, risk profile, and goals. What keeps you up at night? What absolutely must be protected? Step number 2, jurisdiction and entity plan. We decide whether Nevis, Cook Islands, Belize, or a mix makes the most sense and how your existing LLCs, corporations, and partnerships plug into the structure. Step 3, drafting the trust and LLC. In fact, our law firm drafts the Nevis Trust Deed and the Nevis LLC operating agreement so they work together. And we define when you can act as manager and when the trustee takes over. Step 4, banking and custody. We help you set up an appropriate bank account, an investment account for the Nevis LLC with institutions that really understand this type of planning. Okay, step number 5, funding the structure. You and your advisors transfer selected assets, often liquid investments, and certain company interests into the Nevis LLC. For U.S. real estate, we often use equity stripping strategies and special purpose entities so the real value is indirectly protected without wrecking your financing or your tax situation. Step number 6, maintenance and response. We'll help you maintain the plan over time, and if a serious claim appears, we coordinate with you and the offshore trustee to make sure the structure functions as intended. Okay, let's go ahead and wrap this up. A Nevis Trust is a powerful tool. It can help make you uncollectible. And for the right person, usually a U.S. business owner or investor with 7 or 8 figures of net worth, it can completely change the game. That is, instead of you being the low-hanging fruit, you become the hardest tree in the orchard to shake. Instead of one judge in one U.S. courtroom controlling your financial fate, you have a carefully designed structure in a jurisdiction built to protect you. And remember, you don't have to figure out Nevis versus Cook Islands versus domestic tools alone. As the CEO of the Lawyers Limited Law Firm and our brand Asset Protection Planners, after 34 years in asset protection and nearly 30 years working with Cook Islands Trust and Nevis Trust and LLCs, my team and I have seen what actually holds up when the pressure gets real. So if you found this helpful and you want more deep dives on real world asset protection, Nevis, Cook Islands, equity stripping, LLC layering, go ahead and subscribe. Please check right now if you wouldn't mind. Check to see if you're subscribed. Go ahead and click subscribe now if you would, please, because I want to see you again, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future episodes. I mean, you want to have a guru who can help you make money. You want to have a guru who can help you keep that money at the same time. I hope to be that guru. And if you're all ready to talk about your own situation, head on over to assetprotectionplanners.com and request a strategy session. So thanks for watching. Protect yourself, protect your family, and I'll see you in the next video.